Well, boys, welcome back to another episode. Here, you can see this is my boat. And the motor's right here because this is part one of getting this boat ready for a 115 or 130 swap. Anything in the hundreds, because I want this thing to go fast and still be pretty reliable. I can sleep in it, fish off this boat. But to start off, we got the motor off, and I don't know how well the camera will pick this up, but it dips in here just like an inch. But good enough to break your transom if you put something better on it. So what I plan on doing right now, I got the sander out. I'm going to sand this whole entire board right here. After I sand that, I'm probably going to sand this a little bit. Take off the letters, maybe take off this deck. And then I'm going to fully glass in here either a big long sheet of aluminum like this thick, like what was on here previously. This is what, an 1/8 inch of aluminum, 1/8 inch or 1/4 inch aluminum, glass to this, and not through bolted but bolted to this wooden transom. This transom isn't bad, could be better, but we're gonna get on the sanding. Gonna sand this down, this top rail, and then all of this, and then we'll be back. Well, it's been about a hot hour here. We've sanded a lot of it down, and you can see over there and all that. We got ourselves a piece of sheet metal that we might reinforce it with. So this is about as thick as that aluminum. So this is like about as thick as that top aluminum brace we got on here, which is this one right here. Let's see if you bring it up. It's, same thickness, but this is steel, so it shouldn't bend as much. I would say it weighs, this little piece probably weighs as much as one of these, like same size and everything. But we're not doing same size, we're doing this, double the length, so it fits up perfectly from like this hole right here, this drain port, to that drain port, which is about 4 foot 7 inches ish. Then we're gonna drop it in here for the mounting holes, one there, one there. Just gonna drop it all the way to almost this hole right here, just so we can give it some reinforcement. And then we're gonna have to find a 115 or trade a 90 up for it. But when we get this all done, we'll slap the 90 back on there, because finding a 20-inch 115 in my area is rare. But I will say, a 6-horse does look pretty good on there. A bit small. Prop just barely reaches the bottom, but it never work. I mean, we could try it. I've used it as a kicker before on this side. Moves this boat at like 3 miles an hour, wide open. But I think this will probably be it for today. I'm gonna measure out our measurements from the boat to that steel plate, and probably be cutting the steel plate next and getting it glassed in here. It's day 2, so we've gotten out here, marked with the grinder from here to right here. This is that length of that piece of sheet metal. Well, it's not a sheet. Well, it is a sheet of metal, but it's not sheet metal. And so right now we're measuring transom length from there to here, and then from here to there, so we can get that full plate down into the bilge about till right here. But we've got all the measurements. Now I need to go to the store, grab some grinder discs, because I used them all up on the other boat trailer here, that one. And I'm gonna go get some grinder discs, measure out this piece of sheet metal, cut it, and then get it on here. Today's the day we hopefully get this thing all finished up and dialed. So you can probably see it did rain last night. all day, well, all day and all last night. So I'm not going to be glassing this. Probably gonna wait for it to dry up a little, or I'm probably gonna get an air hose all the way over here just to, you know, blow dry some of this and probably glass on top of it. Still haven't cut that sheet, but today we are gonna be, oh, well, actually no, we're still going to have this motor, but today we're gonna go pick up a 115 Tower of Power. If you guys know what that is, it's one of Mercury's most famous but infamous motors, because they're the best power to weight. So one of those 115s weighs as much as one of these 90s. This 90 weighs about 310 pounds ish. That one weighs almost exactly the same but puts out a lot more power. So with that, but the infamous side of them, they usually blow up because of they get water in number 6 in cylinder number 6, and from there they just blow up and nobody wants to rebuild them because you can't find parts for them at all. But hopefully that one will be oil injected, so I can just run a separate tank over here to hopefully balance out my 2 gas tanks and everything. But we're gonna go pick up that motor right now. Well, it is a couple days later. I finally have that sheet right here. Cut up that piece of sheet metal. It's all bolted to down there, over there. And then I've drilled the 4 pilot holes for the transom. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right now we just got all the glassing stuff I need. It's currently like a late night, but it's supposed to rain in a couple days, so I'm trying to get this done before it rains. So we got a sheet of glass and a sheet of matte, more like a sheet of e-glass and a sheet of matte. And we're gonna go over with the e-glass just this main part right here, mainly that part, and then after that we're gonna get this whole transom done. After that whole transom is done, we're probably gonna leave this, since that wasn't too bad. I mean, I know that piece peeled off a little bit, but that was mostly paint. But we gotta fill this hole up, and then after that, we're gonna get to glassing. Well, guys, it has been a couple minutes over here, and we have fully glassed the transom. Not much of the backside, since the backside wasn't kind of going out. We did full inside, because whoever did it previously, you guys saw that it didn't turn out too well. So this, I'd say, is a lot better. We got 2 glass reinforced sections and a metal sheet underneath with the already pretty good wood. So we're gonna let this dry and come back tomorrow morning. Well, it has been a lot since this morning. It's about 4 or 5 o'clock right now, and this thing has set up all the way, but I don't want to say it quite is all the way. It's right down here. It's still wet a little because it gets to like 40 degrees during the night, which causes some minor flaws, but I'm happy how it came out right here. So you guys can see on the camera from here that way is e-glass. From here to about there too, right here, is matte with e-glass, and then from that point on it's e-glass, and it's all been glassed in. I know this is like crappy, but I plan to fill, as long as there aren't too many open holes, that I have filled up with seam sealer. Doesn't look like it kind of did the job correctly, but this is a separate piece of e-glass right there that went on top of another one, and that's why it kind of came out like that. But I'm pretty sure I could probably get some like seam sealer or whatnot in there. But other than that, I really like how it came out. Not the best, but as you know, this boat is one of my cheaper boats, so I kind of don't care about it, because I know it's not going to fall apart like this. Probably get some seam sealer on like a putty scraper and kind of get it all in there. But I think that's it for the part 1 of reinforcing the transom. So if you guys like this video, Like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for part 2.